welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Anan. It's been a while and I am again sorry for the inconsistency. If you can't tell, I am very sick, but I thought that maybe recording will help. I hope you can hear me and this video is helpful to you. And thank you so much for watching, and let's get straight into it. I've got a bunch of questions that I am going to sort of answer for you guys. I've got a lot of questions about finances and about how you should do it. So this was my journey. It's very personal to me. I understand not everyone has the same family background, means, resources, but I just wanted to share mine and my struggles or my privileges and sort of help you understand how this was sort of possible. If you're in the UK watching, or if you have access to e.l.f. as a brand, before I go ahead, I just wanted to say this is my holy grail. I am not putting any makeup on right now. There's no makeup on my face except for this, and oh my god, I love this so much. It's in the shade Jam Session, and it is the most beautiful lip shade for a brown girl. And shout out to my flatmate who actually introduced me to it. So this is my first bottle that is actually physically like getting over. I have never used a product so much that it's actually getting over. And sorry, I was just really excited to share that with you. And if you have access to e.l.f. as a brand, purchase now. This is also my official strategy to have e.l.f. please sponsor me, because I absolutely love your products. Okay, so the first question is, how much is the cost of my course? My course costs above 20 lakh rupees, which is, I understand, a lot of money, and my parents paid for all my tuition. I am very grateful to come from a family that has the means and support to sort of send me here. I understand it's not everybody's family background, but I also go to a very highly ranked university. I'm assuming that universities that are a bit lower ranked, or not part of the Russell group, or in your top, let's say 20-30, should be a much lower cost. It's still going to cost you around above 10 lakh rupees, but mine was definitely a bit higher because the university ranks well. I also got a scholarship for my first year only. I mentioned this before in my previous video, which you should definitely watch before you watch this. With scholarship, I don't think there are a lot of opportunities at good universities. A lot of universities do give you great scholarships. You might even get like a 50%, 75% scholarship. I've seen people get that, but not at my university and not at good universities. So if you're aiming for KCL, UCL, Imperial College London, Bath, which is the university I go to, or your top 20-30, it's a very less chance for you to get a higher scholarship as an international student, especially coming from India. I don't know why that is really. I've never asked, but I'm assuming it's because they already have so many applications and applicants or from all over the world dying to apply and ready to pay in full because of their high ranking. So they don't really need to give those opportunities to people. If you are really willing to come here just for experience or sort of to get the life here, then, and if you're okay to apply to a university that doesn't rank that highly, then sure, I think you are in for lots and lots of opportunities. A lot of you also ask me, how do I know where scholarships are available? It's all on the internet. Firstly, your first step should be finding out top 10, top 20 universities in the UK, or looking at links like Top University Guide, Guardian University. There are 3-4 links that give you a ranking of all the universities in the UK. Depending on your course, you can also filter them by course, by location. And then once you found that, you can have, let's say, a list of 30 universities in your notebook. And then once you have those 30, you can actually physically, literally just go on their website, check the course that you want to do, and then look at the fees and funding, and they sort of help you with what scholarships are available, aren't. It's all on the internet, but it takes time, which is why research is one of the most important steps before you come here, because it's so time consuming. Okay, let's move on to the next question. It's living expenses. I lived in Bath, which is one of the most expensive cities in the UK. It's almost as expensive as London. So when I actually shifted to London, it wasn't really like, oh my god, London's so expensive, because it was pretty similar to what I pay in Bath as well. As a general rule for anybody wanting to apply, wants to apply next year basically, if you go up north, which is Newcastle, Manchester, Birmingham, your cost of living, which means your rent prices and just general costs, are much lesser than if you go to the south. So it's just a general thing. But if you're in London, if you're in Bath, Bristol, it's really expensive compared to Manchester, Birmingham, Nottingham, Newcastle. These are just cities in the north. I'm also really sorry if you can hear something in the background. That's just laundry going on. Sorry. So living expenses, definitely an expensive place to come in, especially London. London is super expensive. Transport, everything is really expensive. Have that in mind before you apply. Don't come beyond your means, because your focus should still be studying whilst you're here. And even though you want to sort of, earn for yourself, you might not be able to, at least for the first few months. So keep an open mind and then sort of make that decision. Part-time work. Yes, I did do part-time work. I actually did a lot of part-time work. At one point, I think I had about 6 jobs, and you're allowed to only work 20 hours a week. So I did lots of different jobs, like writing blogs for my university. I was an ambassador for my university. I still am. I still write blogs sometimes. I also did part-time barista work. So I did different sort of jobs, and that contributed to 20 hours, but you're restricted to 20 hours while you're working. And that is how I contributed to my living expenses. But anything else, shopping, traveling, saving up, was all on me. You also get to work extra during holidays. Your holidays, you can work more than 20 hours. And for the first year, I didn't actually come back home for my Christmas vacations. So I was back in Bath, and I earned so much money during my Christmas break, because I was allowed to, that actually ended up saving a lot, and ended up saving enough to go on a trip for myself. So yes, you can do part-time work. It's easier to also find part-time work. Again, don't come with the intention of just earning. I understand it's an important thing. It was for me as well. But my first focus had to be studying, because you can't sort of work and then neglect studying because of that. And then how am I managing my money now? So I'm on placement, which means I get to do a full-time job for a year via my university. And I was in a corporate job, so I was doing a 9 to 5 at a cybersecurity company. I was earning enough to sort of cater to rent and expenses, and that's how I was managing money now. I wasn't restricted to 20 hours. I was working 40 hours a week. Finally, general scholarships, etc. Like I said, you can get scholarships. Just researching is a major part of making this decision. I was lucky enough to be in COVID while I was researching, so I had a lot of extra time, because I didn't really have to study for my 12th, and it was a bit chill. But if you're planning to go next year, start researching. It's never too early to research. Just go on Google, type best courses for architecture, and it'll come up. Then you'll realize that let's say the first 5 universities way beyond your budget. So you go to the next 5, and then you say, okay, maybe manageable. So you take one university out of the manageable-ish, and then you go lower, and then you're like, okay, these universities I will definitely get in, so I should apply there. Lots of ways, and I want to do a whole application process video, which I am waiting for one thing to confirm. And once I've confirmed that, I'm very ready to create the application video, because that basically tells you where to start and how I came applying an application. But before that, I just want to end this video by saying I come from a very privileged family, and I am very grateful for my parents for sending me here. It's all them. It's all them, from tuition to accommodation to even sort of giving me money if in case I need it, and if in case at some points in life where I didn't have a part-time job or I left mine and I was focusing on studying, they were more than willing to sort of send me money, help me out financially. I don't come from like a super rich family, so I understand the importance of money, and so many of you actually reached out to me in my DMs, and you all were so incredibly kind. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for trusting me, and thank you for reaching out, because y'all are so sweet. And I spoke to some of you, and you said that you have financial problems, and I do completely understand that. But I believe that if you do genuinely want to come, and if you do genuinely want to make it happen, there are ways. It's a bit limited, it's harder, it's much tougher mentally, physically, financially, but it's not impossible. And I've seen people online and in my life do it, and I think if they can, you definitely can. And if you're really determined, hardworking, and passionate about what you do, I don't think there's anything really that can stop you. So I'd say keep working hard, research a lot. My DMs are always open. I've had such wholesome conversations with some of you guys on my DMs. Thank you. I love talking to new people, and it's so refreshing to see people actually reaching out, having a proper conversation. And even though you're a stranger on the internet, for me, I have so much love for you, because you take out the time to actually reach out, comment, or even ask me for all these videos. Thank you for the love. That was it. That was all my finance related questions. Obviously, if you do have any other questions, happy to help you. Comment down below what you need from me. I will try my best to answer your questions, or you can always DM me. See you in my next video, where I'm hopefully not as sick as I sound right now. Before I go, you know the drill. Like, share, comment, subscribe. It means so much to me that you do that as a small time creator. I know I don't have a lot of people watching this, probably 150, 200 of you, but thank you so much for taking out the time to actually hear me yap, and sending you so much love, and have a lovely day.